Okay, I gotta put my shoes back on. Hurts. Aches. So, we're a little over, just at 4 miles into this trail. I think that there's another little over a mile to the lake. I just got a text message from the campground, which is actually awesome that they send texts like this, that the power went out and they weren't expecting it to not come back on for 3 hours. So obviously Lola's in the rig. And that's like my worst nightmare, you know, in the summertime, to have the power go out. So I called them and I started back down the trail. And as we were on the phone, I was explaining, like, I needed them to go check on my dog and open the windows and stuff. And then the power came back on. So the woman is still gonna go and check on Lola and make sure, because I've got to hide a key in the fifth wheel. I'm afraid to, I have signal right now, so I don't want to like go anywhere because she's gonna call me back. But I told her where my hide a key was so that she can get in and make sure both of the AC units are running. And you know, I think I'm just gonna come back, because now I'm panicked. Like, if it went out, is it gonna go out again? And it's a bummer, but you know what? This stuff happens, and I don't want to be worried about my dog. We made it across that river, so now I'm gonna turn around and go right back. I think I'm just gonna go. Yeah. That like freaks me out, but what can you do? All right, turn around, we will. So now I'm like panicked and trying to speed walk back without breaking my ankles on this trail. I figured, well, hopefully the AC did come back on. The woman told me the power was on. She's going to check on Lola, but I'm still freaked out. And now going back. Anyways, I just come down the trail. There's people coming up, right? And they've got a dog off leash, which, look, I don't have a problem with dogs off leash. If I could trust Lucy off leash, I would. Lola, off leash, right? But Lola listens to me and she's friendly. I never have to worry about her being aggressive with any people or dogs or anything. So anyway, this dog is off leash and it just comes like charging up at us. And so I stop, I'm holding Lucy, because of course she wants to play. And I shout, "Mine's friendly, is yours?" And they don't respond. And they're like clapping their hands and calling the dog, and it's not moving. But it's just like, they're just like, come on, you know, like there's no urgency. Finally, the dog turns around and starts back, and then he stops and he starts coming back towards us again. And so I say to them, "Is he friendly?" And now he and Lucy are like nose to nose, his ridge is up, and he's growling. And the guy's like, "No, he's testy." And so I'm like, I pull Lucy, I'm holding Lucy, their dog's not leashed, and it just like, so then they like mosey on up and like get their dog and go by. But sorry, I got interrupted by a call and I thought that it was the campground. It was not. Anyways, so I'm like, help me understand this. If your dog is not friendly and you have it off leash, then it at least needs to be under voice control so it will come back when you encounter another dog on the trail. Don't just stop and like sit on that's what they did. They like sat on a rock and they're like clapping their hands like, "Come on, Buster," or whatever his name was. See, it's like those situations that get people all worked up when they see dogs off leash, because there's a lot of dogs like my Lola who are great off leash, can be trusted. But I've worked with her, you know, like she's earned that. Anyways, okay, is there like some freaky like full moon shit going on or something? So those people that I were approaching, so I stopped videoing, were listening. They had an audiobook on a speaker, like a British man, a British narrator narrating a freaking audiobook. It's like, well, that's a first. So they, you know, they're going up, I'm coming down. And then maybe like 30 seconds later, I hear like footprints like thundering behind me. And a guy goes, "Turn off your effing speaker." And I turn around and there's another dude. He's coming down the mountain, obviously perturbed about audiobook crew. And then he's like running down the mountain with like a backpack, like a huge, like overnight backpack on. So I pull over so he can pass. He doesn't even look at me. He just like continues to run down. I don't know. This is weird. So I didn't hear back from the campground. So I called and they said that they apologized for not calling back. The phones went down. The power went out again. And then it came back on. But she went over. I told her where my hidey key was. And went inside, checked on Lola, and made sure my AC was on. She said everything's fine, it's all running, everything's good. It keeps power, apparently is flickering, so it's good that I went ahead and turned around and I'm coming back. But I don't know, I wish that there were, you know, because she's had surgery, I can't like take her to daycare or anything or board her. Anyways, so anyway, shout out to KOA Alamosa. That's above and beyond, and it's really appreciated. Proceed to the route. There's your mommy.